Woo! Bill Byron. It's not a, well, technically he got points. He got 10 points for winning the duel, but 24's back to victory lane. Let's go. It hasn't been there since November 1st, 2015 with this guy, Jeff Gordon. If you guys don't know, I'm a big Jeff Gordon fan until he retired. Now I'm a Chase Elliott fan. But William Byron finally gets the 24 back to victory lane. Even though it was just a dual race, it's still 24 back in victory lane. I think Byron's going to win this year, but woo! Joey Logano won Duel 1, and we're going to talk about that a bit. I did my Duel 1 recap right after Duel 1. I did my Duel 2 recap right after Duel 2, so let's get into that. And Bill Byron. The first Daytona duel is complete. Joey Logano went home with the win. Got himself a nice duel victory. Got himself a trophy. And improved his starting spot in the Daytona 500, I believe. But it was a pretty solid race, actually. There was a lot more racing than I thought there would be. You know, these duels, these are your 500 cars. You wreck this. You got to start at the back of the field for the 500. These are your primary cars for the 500. You're not expected to take a bunch of risks. But some of these guys were racing pretty risky. The first 20 laps or so, they were racing 2x2, top line, bottom line. And the last few laps, of course, going for the win. They were really aggressive. We had a really good battle at the end there with Logano and Stenhouse. And something from the past came up. We saw this a bit in the fall race at Talladega last year when you could lock bumpers. It was very similar to the tandem drafting that we used to have back in 2011 or so. So if you can lock bumpers and you can push them safely, it can get you a big boost to speed, that front car, and it can really push you past the big line on the outside. We saw it happen with Stenhouse and Hamlin. Hamlin was able to give Stenhouse a really, really big push, get right on his bumper and just shove him on the bottom line. And he was able to maneuver from like fifth to side-by-side for the lead at the matter of the entrance of the turn and the exit of the turn. And then obviously when they were side-by-side, Almirola was able to get to the back bumper of Joey Logano. And when he was able to lock bumpers with him, they were able to push and actually pull away from Stenhouse on the inside line. So we saw that tandem drafting come back into effect, something we haven't seen in almost 10 years. And it was back into play again today. It was not like two cars the whole race. There was still pack racing. But every once in a while, when those cars did lock bumpers, it definitely showed some tandem racing, which was very interesting. Something we saw a bit of it, as I said, in Talladega last year. And then obviously a little bit in the Clash. And then definitely tonight we saw that again. So that was a very interesting aspect. Another big storyline from tonight, Daniel Suarez was trying to race his way into the 500, one of those open teams, trying to race their way in. Two guys made it in on qualifying, and there are two more that make it, two more open teams. And Suarez crashed out. The Fords were pitting. Suarez had already made his pit stop, got lapped, and he was in that Ford bunch. And, you know, all the guys in the Ford line went to pit. Suarez saw Keselowski. He went to the outside. Blaney was there, and they crashed. There was a crash. Darn, Suarez crashed out there. It's unfortunate. He's a really good guy. He's had a rough couple of years, getting basically released from the 19 team. He was picked up by the 41 team last year, only got 1 year in that car and was booted out by Cole Custer and had to be downgraded to the 96 Gaunt Brothers racing car. Was hoping to make it into the 500, make a difference there, but they're going to have to wait until Las Vegas to potentially make their mark or make their debut with Daniel Suarez. So an unfortunate ending there. But as I said, a really good race. Duel 2, I'm making this right after Duel 1. I'm going to make it into one video, as you already know. But Duel 2 is about to get underway. There was a rain delay, so this is a little later than I wanted it to be. But yeah, Logano won, Almirola second, Newman third, Keselowski fourth, Bubba Wallace with a nice finish, fifth place, sixth place Austin Dillon, seventh place Martin Truex Jr., eighth place Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He basically dominated the race, led 27 of the 60 laps. Ninth, Christopher Bell in his first Cup race. He was not in the Clash. 10th, Chris Buescher. 11th, Denny Hamlin. 12th, John Hunter Nemechek. Really good race for him. 13th, Chase Elliott. 14th, Ryan Blaney. He was involved in that accident. They're going to have to make some repairs to that car if they want to race in the 500. Had to put some tape on there, have some bumps and bangs. Going to have to check inside the car, make sure everything's good, and then they can fix the outside of the car. 15th, Clint Boyer. 16th, Ryan Preece. 17th, the most recent winner at a Daytona Cup point-paying race, Justin Haley. 18th, Reed Sorenson. 19th, Quinn Huff, however you pronounce that. 20th, Chad Fincham. 21st, Joey Gase. 22nd, Daniel Suarez. I believe that the car in the 500 is Reed Sorenson. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, on to Duel 2. As you guys saw at the very beginning of this video, I was very happy that William Byron won because I have not seen the 24 in victory lane since Jeff Gordon won that Martinsville race. And that was a very happy day. This has been a very happy day so far. It's like 10 o'clock at night. It's a good end of the day. You know, it's a good momentum roller into the weekend. You know, tomorrow's Friday, and we're going into the weekend to the Daytona 500. It's just good momentum. Good positive momentum. I'm going to be wearing this hat all day tomorrow for Bill Byron. William Byron gets himself a duel win. Chevy finishes 1, 2, 3 in Duel 2. After Ford got a 1, 2, 3, I think, in the first duel. It might have been a 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't remember. But, you know, William Byron wins Duel 2. The ending was pretty exciting. Kurt Busch and Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson all making a little contact there, almost wrecking the whole field. But it was pretty good. Kevin Harvick had that bottom line strong. It was really single file there towards the end. There was a lot of single file, a lot more single file in this race than there was in the first duel. And, you know, it was a solid race. And the end there got really dicey. I thought there was going to be a wreck. But Harvick and DiBenedetto were holding that bottom line. And then the outside line came up. With about 4 to go with some Chevys, Byron, Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson, and some other guys, and Byron was able to get the lead. Lost it for a bit there to Harvick, but got another big run of momentum on the outside and was able to clear for the win. They could have gotten him in 3 and 4, but who was it? I think it was Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch decided to get a bit aggressive with Harvick. Harvick got aggressive with Busch. They made some contact 3 wide, and Byron was able to pull away and seal the win to get Hendrick Motorsports their first win of the year. So Byron and Logano currently tied in the points lead at 10 points apiece, because I did not actually know this, but you get 10 points for winning a duel race. I thought it was a non-points paying race. Apparently you get points for winning the duel, but yeah, they get some high-quality points. They get better starting positions for the 500. I believe they are row 2. Logano will start 3rd. Byron 4th. Correct me if I'm wrong. Daytona 500 preview. I will have that confirmed, the starting order. But Timmy Hill makes the 500, the Daytona 500. Go Timmy Hill. Big Timmy Hill fan here. How could you not love Timmy Hill? But obviously, just like Duel 1, there was 2 guys really racing for that spot. And there was a crash that happened with one of them, and it really just opened the opportunity for the other. J.J. Yeley and Timmy Hill were actually having a really good battle there for a few laps for that last spot. I'm talking side by side. J.J. Yeley's teammate B.J. McLeod is helping him with the draft. Corey LaJoie's up there trying to pull Timmy Hill back into the draft, and they're side by side there. I mean, like, it was some pretty good stuff for Timmy Hill and J.J. Yeley. That was some pretty good attention for them. Timmy Hill ends up surviving after this J.J. Yeley crash. I don't know exactly what happened, but it looks like Corey LaJoie gave him a little bit too much of a big push, or Byron went up and scared Yeley. I don't know what happened there, but crash ended Yeley's night, unfortunately, but it opened the door for Timmy Hill. But yeah, overall, as I said, pretty solid race. Both the duels were really good, so I hope we can get that in the 500. This time, instead of 20 cars, it'll be 40 cars. So 40 cars, 200 laps to 500 on Sunday. We'll get that preview tomorrow or Saturday. That'll be a fun time. Byron wins. Jimmy Johnson 2nd place. Kyle Larson 3rd. Kevin Harvick 4th. Cole Custer 5th, the rookie with a nice little run in his first ever duel. 6th, Eric Jones. 7th, Matt DiBenedetto was up there in the front and fell back when all the shuffling started to happen. Hopefully he can have a good run, the 500. 8th, Kurt Busch. 9th, Ross Chastain. 10th, Tyler Reddick. 11th, Ty Dillon. 12th, Michael McDowell. 13th, Kyle Busch. 14th, David Reagan. He was up front there towards the end, but once all the shuffling happened, they went single file. He tried to step out of line, went to the back. 15th, Alex Bowman. He went up and congratulated William Byron at the end there. 16th, Timmy Hill. He's in the 500. 17th, Brendan Gaughan. He's in the 500 based off his qualifying speed 18th, Brennan Poole. 19th, Corey LaJoy. 20th, BJ McLeod. 21st, JJ Yaley. That's it. Duels have been recapped 500s this weekend. I'm happy. Bill's happy. We're all happy.